In the last episode, we took this thing out for a drive and it ran terribly. So in this episode, we're gonna fix that. The bearing is absolutely toast. I listed it for sale. So, coming out in the garage this morning, doing a little bit of troubleshooting on the carburetor because I can't really seem to get a good tune out of it. It seems to be good at one point and then it's not the next. So, troubleshooting that, my first step was checking to make sure the accelerator pump was working. The next was checking for a vacuum leak. I don't think it was a vacuum leak necessarily from any of the lines. So, from that, my brain went to checking to make sure that the carburetor is actually bolted down tight enough. It felt a little loose, but then I was able to spin the head enough to snap one of them. So I don't think it's loose. I definitely tightened it down a little bit, but I don't know if that's enough to make a difference. The top of the gasket was definitely a little bit wet, but it wasn't wet all the way to the edge. So I don't think it was a issue with that, but hard to say for sure. So again, I'm gonna troubleshoot it some more, see if I can get it squared away. If not, then we'll either replace it or try to get it rebuilt. So we'll see.
One eternity later.
All right, we're gonna stop procrastinating so much. I already sprayed a little bit of starter fluid in there. We're just gonna start the car up and see if it's any better from the last time I ran it with one, the misfire, and then two, the tuning situation. Okay, so some more gas, a little bit more starter fluid. In one of those, I pulled the spark plug wire for the number 2 cylinder, and I didn't hear any change whatsoever. Check spark, definitely has spark. That made it seem worse to me, so I checked compression, and actually I haven't even emptied it out yet. So you can see it's about, I don't know, 130 PSI, whatever. So it definitely has compression. So I went ahead and ordered spark plugs and wires. Honestly, if it's getting spark, I'm not really sure. Maybe the gap is too wide. I'm not really sure, honestly, but it has compression. It should definitely have fuel, so it should fire. So, I mean, I guess maybe it could be a timing issue, but I don't think so. I think if it's anything, it's most likely ignition. So that gives me something to go off of at least. Plugs and wires are required. We're gonna go ahead and throw those in, get the car running again, and hopefully all of the issues are resolved with the misfire and the weird running issue. Let's go ahead and get these spark plugs and wires replaced, and hopefully this thing runs good. We'll see. Plug swapped. Absolutely annihilated my hand sweat makers, aka gloves, but got that done. It's too early in the day right now to start it up, but now I'm just gonna anxiously wait all day to start it up. While I was in there, I made sure to route the spark plug wires a little bit better. Obviously, the priority is in looks, so we'll make sure this thing is working. We'll make sure that it's running on all 8 here next time I come out here.
A few moments later.
All right, that all confirms the spark plugs were the problem. After replacing the spark plugs and the plug wires, it runs like a champ. Now that the car's running well, we know for sure that once the trans comes out, we'll be able to take it for a drive after it's warmed up at least. Yeah, so that's a huge success. Honestly don't know how I didn't recognize that it was missing before, but that's neither here nor there. We got it solved now. So everyone that said it ran good, this is on you as well. Nah. In my excitement, I didn't even show these spark plugs. I also forgot to mention that the spark plugs that were in the car were the complete wrong spark plug. They were completely wrong, but this is what they look like. Plugs were absolutely cooked. Super burnt, gap crazy. This was bound to happen eventually to all the cylinders. Luckily, I caught it when just cylinder number 2 stopped firing. So that was inevitable, but obviously we have that fixed now, so.
The next day.
I ended up doing some research today, just trying to make sure I have everything I need for the trans swap. Basically just trying to see what I need and what I don't need. The problem's here. So this is a bearing and it's not supposed to spin, and it's spinning.
Wait a minute.
So what that means is that a bearing is absolutely toast.
Shut your stupid ass up.
And now I'm kind of scared that there might be some hidden transmission damage. Although spinning the input shaft, spinning the output shaft, I don't feel any grinding, but obviously that's not considering load and you know, anything really, heat and all that good stuff. So I'm going to drain the oil out of the transmission if there is any in there and see if I can find any metal flakes. I'll probably, you know, run my magnet through it just to see if I can pick up any metal from it. So fingers crossed.
A few moments later.
My fear confirmed. Drained the oil and it definitely had metal flakes. So It wasn't crazy chunky. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off the front seal and hope that it's just that bearing in the material from that's in the oil, and that everything else is good considering it's shifted fine and spun fine and went through the gears fine. I don't know. I don't. It's not helping my demotivation woes from my terrible first drive. I was hoping the trans would be like, the happy place to recover this whole thing, but it is what it is. Let's get this front cover off and hope we end up in a better place. False alarm, chat. The trans isn't completely screwed. That was just the throwout bearing and the groove or whatever for the shifter fork. So all that's good.
Did the thing. That's it. Moving on.
Either way it goes, the automatic is coming out because I listed it for sale. I listed it for sale along with all of the automatic stuff to save myself the work of pulling the automatic trans first, and then two, to offset some of the costs in doing the manual swap because I still need a lot of parts, and pretty much selling the automatic trans is going to fund the parts that I need. So yeah, disaster averted. So in the next video, what we're going to do is go ahead and start this trans swap, whether Buddy comes and buys the auto trans or not. So this thing's going back on jack stands, unfortunately, but we may be able to knock this out in one video. Just completely swapping it out to, or at least dropping the auto trans is going to take some time before I can put the auto or manual trans back because I still need parts. So that's going to have to hold off a little bit, but we'll find something to do in the meantime if I'm not able to complete the auto to manual swap. So yeah, it's been real. See you guys in the next one. Peace.